Good morning, everyone.
Hi.
Want to read the lesson?
Yeah. So this morning we're on lesson 147.
We could just kind of recap the review instruction. So now we review again. This time, aware, we are preparing for the second part of learning how the truth can be applied. Today we will begin to concentrate on readiness for what will follow next. Such is our aim for this review and for the lessons following. Thus, we review the recent lessons and their central thoughts in such a way as will facilitate the readiness that we will now achieve. There is a central theme that unifies each step in the review we undertake, which can be simply stated in these words: my mind holds only what I think with God. That is a fact, and represents the truth of what you are and what your Father is. It is this thought by which the Father gave creation to the Son, establishing the Son as co-creator with Himself. It is this thought that fully guarantees salvation to the Son. My mind holds only what I think with God. For in his mind no thoughts can dwell but those his Father shares. Lack of forgiveness blocks this thought from his awareness, yet it is forever true. Let us begin our preparation with some understanding of the many forms in which the lack of true forgiveness may carefully be concealed. Because they are illusions, they are not perceived to be but what they are, defenses that protect your unforgiving thoughts from being seen and recognized. Their purpose is to show you something else and hold correction of through self-deceptions made to take its place. And yet, your mind holds only what you think with God. Your self-deceptions cannot take the place of truth. No more than can a child who throws a stick into the ocean change the coming and the going of the tides, the warming of the water by the sun, the silver of the moon on it by night. So do we start each practice period in this review, readying our minds to understand the lessons that we read and see the meaning that they offer us. Begin each day with time devoted to the preparation of your mind to learn what each idea you will review that day can offer you in freedom and in peace. Open your mind and clear it of all thoughts that would deceive, and let this thought alone engage it fully and remove the rest. My mind holds only what I think with God. 5 minutes with this thought will be enough to set the day along the lines which God appointed, and to place His mind in charge of all the thoughts you will receive that day. They will not come from you alone, for they will be all shared with Him. And so each one will bring the message of His love to you, returning messages of yours to Him. So will communion with the Lord of hosts be yours, as He Himself has willed it be. And as His own completion joins with Him, so will He join with you who are complete, as you unite with Him and He with you. After your preparation, merely read each of the 2 ideas assigned to you to be reviewed that day. Then close your eyes and say them slowly to yourself. There is no hurry now, for you are using time for its intended purpose. Let each word shine with the meaning God has given it, as it was given to you through His voice. Let each idea which you review that day give you the gift that He has laid in it for you to have of Him, And he will use no format for our practicing but this. We will, each hour of the day, bring to your mind the thought with which the day began, and spend a quiet moment with it. Then repeat the 2 ideas you practice for the day unhurriedly, with time enough to see the gifts that they contain for you. And let them be received where they were meant to be. We add no other thoughts, but let these be the messages they are. We need no more than this to give us happiness and rest, and endless quiet, perfect certainty, and all our Father wills that we receive as the inheritance we have of Him. Each day of practicing, as we review, we close as we began, repeating first the thought that made the day a special time of blessing and of happiness for us, and through our faithfulness restored the world from darkness to the light, from grief to joy, from pain to peace, from sin to holiness. God offers thanks to you who practice thus the keeping of His word. And as you give your mind to the ideas for the day again before you sleep, His gratitude surrounds you in the peace wherein He wills you be forever, and are learning now to claim again as your inheritance. So that is very helpful instructions, very beautiful. So we can practice today with this idea, and we can do exactly what he said. We can prepare our minds for 5 minutes by taking in this central theme for this review, and then we can read the 2 ideas for the day.
So again, the central theme is my mind holds only what I think with God. And our 2 review thoughts are, I will not value what is valueless. I will not value what is valueless.
Should actually just be with my mind holds only what I think with God for 5 minutes, and then you can share the other ones.
Okay.
So that we don't have to try to keep track.
Mm-hmm.
So Jesus described in this review that we need to take in, my mind holds only what I think with God, by releasing anything else. So we'll take 5 minutes to release anything unhelpful, any chatter, anything at all that is not from God. So does anyone have any reflections or thoughts on these ideas? We can't hear you, also we see you laughing.
Yeah, I'm just observing my mind, and it's, yeah. What was the lesson again? What?
My mind.
That's definitely not what I'm up to. I'm so up to something else. Oh, please help. Oh, I'm hurting myself. I even have a pain in my body from all this judgment and anger and shit that's going on.
Yeah, let it out. You need to let it out.
Yeah.
All the shit.
What did you say?
All the shit.
All the shit. Oh, yeah. it's like, fuck everything. That's where I'm at. Once I get into, I had a thing at work, and then I got angry there.
Yeah.
And then it's like a momentum that just starts, and then I see everything from that place. I get angry at everything at the moment. Fuck everything. That's what it feels like. Fuck.
Yeah. So it's not like God is...
And if we speak long enough, I'm sure I get angry at you too.
Oh.
And that's how it feels. So I can see it, and I was thinking about you, Jenny, yesterday, and I was like, oh, please help me. I want to hand it over, and I ask for it. And I can see how I get so dependent on everything in this life. And I can't find happiness there. I know it. I experienced it, the shift so many times, but I feel, I'm angry, I'm judgmental. It's very fast in my brain too, And that's good. I mean, I've seen something even the week before. I started to see, not in this kind of anger way, but I started to notice so fast this judgment happens inside of me, in my thoughts. And I didn't get angry, but I saw the negative thinking about the world. And that basically, when things happen, and there's a small fuck you or fuck everything that happens so quickly. So that I was pleased to see, because I didn't perceive myself as angry then. So something has very much surfaced for me, but now I just feel very angry. Angry.
Yeah.
Disappointed.
Yeah.
People in the world, in myself, everything.
So the anger has also some sadness in it.
Yeah, a little bit, not so much, mostly anger.
Yeah.
I can't even get into the crying. It's just...
Can you feel the defense, the defensiveness that the anger holds?
The defense against what?
The defensiveness, can you feel that?
I feel more like a big attack. Where's the defense? Is that a defense? Yeah, I don't know. What do you mean?
Yeah, defensiveness. Yeah. Attack comes from defensiveness. Someone's done something wrong. And then you feel that defensiveness. Or attack. You feel attack. You want to attack.
Yeah. And I feel insecure, and I feel dependent, and I feel... Yeah.
So there is fear.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just observe that. Yeah, because this lesson is quite good. I mean, let me perceive forgiveness as it is, and I will not value what is valueless. I feel like they go together actually very well.
Yeah, I don't feel forgiving.
No, because you probably believe that you need to forgive something that's real.
Say again?
Because you probably believe that you have to forgive something that is real. Something that is actually happening to you or in your life.
Yeah.
Then it's very hard to forgive.
Especially... yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the forgiveness is on another level. I can't find that level on my own.
Right.
just as, other times with you, I brought up these feelings, and I know there is something else I can connect to, and I can at times, but yeah, that's why I need help to find that. Where is it? I can't see it. I can't feel it.
Yeah.
So on what level is forgiveness then?
Well, it needs to be on this level where you are, where you think you are. This is not actually where you are, but you need to bring it in. And the other part of the lesson was, I will not value what is valueless. So there may be a lot of different values of good or bad, or right or wrong, or this, you value this or that. But if you practice, I will not value what is valueless, you give that away, those different things that you have been valuing, give that to the Holy Spirit. Even to be liked, or to have things go a certain way. Who cares? Only the one who is invested in the small self and outcomes in the world would care for valueless things.
And invested in people, they can't give something they don't have. They can't listen, like my boss, for example. He can't. I mean, that's how he is. So, and there I am, wanting something else to happen. It's not going to happen.
So I see big letters. Who are you? Who are you? Who is the you that is trying to get through to your boss? Who are you? This is about who.
I'm not that anyway.
Not that, no, exactly.
Not that.
What have you identified as or with?
I identified with things in the world that, comes and goes and are not, not reliable. I identified with bodies, with achievements, other people's opinions. I identified with something like that.
So there is also a self-concept that is doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I that's why I get angry with my boss too.
Yeah.
That idiot doesn't see my value. That idiot. So there it is. I had to admit that that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
It's very unpleasant. Thank you. No wonder I feel powerless,
Exactly. Yeah. Because who you are is very, very glorious and powerful, who you truly are. And nothing that isn't worthy of God is worthy of you.
I feel different. Can you say that thing again about God?
Mm-hmm. Nothing that isn't worthy of God is worthy of you. So anything separate, anything that you can see and touch and talk about and perceive, anything separate, it's not really worthy of you. You're worthy of something very glorious. Yeah. So the Holy Spirit is so gladly taking your boss from you. And all the other people and all the other things that are annoying right now. The Holy Spirit is like, yeah, let me hold this, let me hug, let me take this. Don't try to keep it yourself. Don't try to figure it out. And it's just gonna disappear too when the Holy Spirit holds it for you. It will not even be all those different, difficult things and people.
No, because it starts here, right? I mean, or wherever it comes from, all these shitty thoughts and judgments. But as soon as I believe in them and as soon as I listen to it, and then that's how I perceive everything.
Exactly.
So,
as soon as you decide to listen to them, to that voice. Yeah. So it is truly your decision.
yes.
The power in your mind. That's where you need to rest in. Keep right there. So that the perceptions just can bounce off. The unreasonable boss. You bounce off that.
All the fuckers. All the fuckers.
The fuckers. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's your protection. Shield, or your to the oneness, the Christ mind.
Say again,
It's your protection. The oneness or the Christ mind is your protection. The power of, where you can have that power of decision, of not buying into this and that. But they are your forgiveness lessons, nevertheless. They wouldn't be there otherwise. So you need to take a look at that boss and the other things. But not only long enough to remove, to let it go, to hand it over.
And see it as it's my lesson. It's something that I haven't. Yeah, exactly. Because it's not. I mean, I know it's not about this or that or this or that. I know it, but at this very moment, I just couldn't. I couldn't free myself from it. I couldn't. But I feel free now.
Good.
I do. I feel so centered, and there's so much more peace now. Or there was no peace before, so there's a lot more peace now.
Yeah, and you need a contrast to know that the peace is what you want.
Yeah, this is, I mean, to just be lost in the world like I felt I was yesterday, lost in my own negative thinking and lost in the world, it's such a hopeless place to be. Oh my God. I mean, I know about this, right? Because I've had so many experiences, but I was thinking yesterday, oh man, to be so dependent and so lost in stuff and people and it's so dark.
Yeah.
So I'm so grateful I know that there is another way, you know, and also that I can reach out if I can't manage. Of course I can reach out and ask for help.
Yeah.
Because the contrast is so big.
Yeah. And Spirit loves helping you with the specifics, you know, so to give the specifics over for guidance. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
The headache is not there now.
Beautiful. Power of decision is your own. That's it.
Say again?
The power of decision is your own.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what you did now. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Asa. Thanks for reaching out. We have those meetings every morning, 8:30.
Every morning?
Every morning, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
8:30?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And on the weekends?
Yeah, only Sunday is at 10. That's
Yeah.
the only
On
difference.
Saturday?
Yeah. Saturday 8:30.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Because we have discovered it's so helpful with support and joining. So, yeah. So we may see you again. I said to Barret yesterday, it would be really great to see you at our retreat in Ireland. Now we don't hear you. Yeah. You can think about that. I can't hear you.
I think the dates, my sister is coming from New Zealand.
Oh, okay.
I think that was was it July?
Yeah, 7 to 11.
Yeah, she's here that
Okay.
before we.
Nice.
But I will come to something eventually, for
Yeah.
sure.
Sounds good. Okay, anybody else express hand?
Yeah, I don't really want to express this, but I was with the lesson today and it all felt really wonderful, and it was like stuff that was there in the mind was about finances, quite easy to let go of. And then I noticed these two getting closer together and cuddling up, and then something came in, and it was like, there was a judgment. It's all about dependency or something like that, you know, and it's like, what's going on in my mind then, you know, because it's like bringing it back, and the lesson was just so perfect, you know, like, let me perceive forgiveness as it is, because it was like, when I looked at that earlier, it's like, I'm not entirely clear just at the moment, Spirit, so it's like, well, here's your lesson. So it's like, yeah, just bringing it back and seeing what I believe is out there is my own judgment and my own self-concept. That's you know, like, I still have that desire for specialness, and that's what I want to place on the altar, and then it, you know, the other part of the lesson is about valuing what is valueless, of course. That's entirely valueless, because it just immediately made me separate. Immediately made me separate.
Yeah.
That's not what I want. I want to join with my brothers.
You might need to announce that you're also a cuddler.
Pardon?
You might need to announce that you're also a cuddler.
Do you know what? I don't know if I am.
Well, then
I'm going to have to
learn
practice.
That. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I can see, you know, like in the past, about I've been a cuddler. You know, it's been really important, but I seem to have, made a distance between me and the cuddles. So yeah, but it's just really, really good to see, you know, that's not it. That's not what I want. So
Yeah, good. See that the judgment is not what you want. It wasn't the cuddle, it was the judgment.
it was a judgment. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
And I think that movie last night really, really helped. Just seeing, we watched,
It's called God's Own Country.
God's Own Country. So worth a
Beautiful.
watch.
Yeah. Very, very precious movie. It was about a young man living with his parents on a farm in a remote area of England. Very sparse, and this old-fashioned life where you don't talk, like, unless you have to. Actually, it wasn't his parents, it was his grandmother and his father. His father and his father's mother living with him. And the father had a health issue, so he had hired a young man from Romania who came in. And then this boy, the farmer's son, he was just this very, very quiet type, very closed up. And he had his pleasures that he pursued, you know. He probably drank every evening, got drunk and threw up and everything, and he had other things going on. I don't want to give away the movie, but this other boy who came in was so present and so loving. So it totally cracked him open. He couldn't go on anymore with his way. So, yeah, very recommended movie. It's just beautiful. Really beautiful.
I just had this thought that it was this cat. I'm really having things up with this cat. It's right now. It's on my lap.
Can we see him? Yeah, oh, look at that. He knows you're looking at him now. Yeah.
Yes. I had such an opening with her yesterday morning, and then last night I had so much, everything that came out last night. such an intense panic fear. And when she jumped up here, I was so panicky. I just had to grab Peter's hand and to just allow it. Really panicky. And there's something going on around what you said yesterday, Barret, that's just part of me that I don't want, that I have kind of rejected. That resonates so much. There's something, I don't know why, something around betrayal came up. It's like this fear of being betrayed. And then suddenly I can't breathe and I'm afraid. This small little cat, I'm afraid of it. I'm totally afraid of it. I don't know what it's going to do. Yesterday, after the morning meeting, we felt like we would because I had so much fear of it coming inside. And then okay, let's just try and invite it inside. And it walked around and was really curious. And then we let it out again. And I think just before the fear came up with it yesterday, last evening, it was trying to get in through the window, and I had this panic, and I just shot it, and it totally ran away. And I think I felt guilty around that. Then I went out here to sit, and it crawled up on me, and suddenly all the fear came up. So strong. Like I had this crazy idea that it could suddenly attack me, and that it was probably, I feared that it was kind of angry or resentful of me because I shouted at it or something. Yeah, I sent it away, didn't want it. There's some control issue here, so I could see all the time it was inside. I was just looking at it. I couldn't rest, I couldn't relax. I was so tense. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I needed to know. Certainly needed to know every move it makes. And I can see when it jumps up, the fear is that, oh, what is it going to do? What is it going to, this fear of not knowing and not being in control.
Wow. So that's what she represents.
Yeah.
Free to move about, free to be spontaneous.
Yeah, and I can see I get really, when the asthma and all these things come up, I get really critical of myself. Like, oh yeah, of course it's coming, How could you be so stupid to think that it would not come? How could you be so stupid to think that you could have touched a cat and be close to a cat? Yeah, I just need to be patient. No.
Yeah. One moment of patience. So beautiful.
He's just laying there sleeping, so yeah, and I have this, I'm so tense. Oh, my body is like...
Are you open to trying to relax where you feel tense? She is very relaxed, right? When she lays on your lap.
At the same time, every time I, have this in my voice that I want to push her away, she reacts so fearful, She runs and she's like jumpy, kind of jumpy. And wow, that's me too.
So she reflects how you feel.
Yeah, and she just keeps coming back.
She's serving.
Yeah, I think you're just welcoming this part of you back home.
There's so much resistance and so much fear, but I guess I just need to turn on that church.
Yeah, because you need some help to let go of all your conclusions. Like all the things you have concluded about who you are. I'm an allergic person. This is one of the conclusions. And you prayed for healing and awakening, and the Holy Spirit is helping you. You know, because you are not an allergic person. So it's very sweet.
I guess I had the hope for healing the allergic thing, but I had the idea that I had to heal my mind totally before that could come.
This is it. This is it. How you heal your mind totally. You would heal it totally and have something else to heal left. It's not working like that. Yeah. I mean, if you were not an allergic person, how would you hold this cat now? How would you receive her?
I would probably just cuddle with it and...
Yeah. And when you're ready, I hear the Holy Spirit saying, would you like to try? You know, that's how much you can experiment. There's full allowance. So when you're ready, you can even pet her and, yeah.
And I have experienced allowing her to jump up and lay here and even touching her, feeling how soft she is. And then having that experience last night just totally brought everything back, I felt like it was first like this. Oh, no. Yeah.
Well, I think it's no coincidence that when you first shared that something came up for you last night, the internet got a little choppy there, and we didn't really hear what you said. It was like... like, don't worry about that.
Yeah, here, baby steps and no push-ups. It's in around just what it needs.
Yeah. Oh, good. Good. Big hugs to you and you three.
Just seeing this cat just sitting here and lying here and Solveig just I do feel like a three family, I suppose. And I can feel it really opens my heart with Solveig, and this cat is, I mean, it's equally needy, really. It's a little kitten. It's a kitten, and we're pretty tough on it, actually. You know, have hardly fed it anything, and it brings up my projection of abandonment and And it hasn't wanted to be picked up, and at the same time it's likes being stroked now more, and it's really joining with us. And it's just, I don't really know what to do about feeding it, and it's not our cat, and then I worry about Solveig, and her allergies, and at the same time I just know this is healing all of that. I just know that, and it's just, I can feel my neediness in that, right now I can feel it, that I'm projecting that onto the cat. And I just don't want anything else to feel that neediness. I just want to rescue anything. And I sense that needing, what I think is a neediness in another, that yearning to be loved. And it's just, I can't say, it's just so loving, Solveig, it's awake. It's not really sleeping. I don't think its ears are really aware of something that's happening, but it's just resting down into Solveig. And I really feel that she recognizes something about the mother in Solveig too. It's like, this kitten needs, we're not quite sure, see, our neighbor who gave us flowers has 13 cats. So whether this man just decided there was no room for it there, I don't know. But we don't even know if it's their cat. But we were going to go along and ask. Haven't done that yet. And
maybe you should give her a name.
It is. Miracle.
Oh, Miracle, yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
it's either miracle or cat.
Miracle sounds better.
Miracle, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Yay, for the miracle worker.
Yeah.
Okay, anybody else have anything?
I did notice when Anne shared what she shared, my first reaction was so much guilt, and I felt like I committed a sin for just me and Grace cuddling on the couch. That was my round. I was like, oh my God, what will people think? You know, it's like I felt we'd done something really wrong. So I just want to express the guilt I felt and the fear, just a little bit of fear around it. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you for putting that on the altar. Grace?
Yeah.
Did you want to share anything?
I think I felt a little embarrassed, but
It's washed.
it's just like in prayer, and thanks. I feel Matthew expressed this for both of us, so just thanks.
We can have this like cuddle allowance or hand holding or whatever. Anyone who wants, you could even say it. I like holding hands. I like holding, and it doesn't have to be just two. It could be, anyone really.
Yeah, it's very healing. I can feel even that this morning with Greg. I could feel a resistance when the prompt came in. I didn't go with it the first time, and because I felt there was a prompt, didn't go with it. It came again. Then okay, I will. I'll go with it.
Oh, that's good.
And it felt I could. It just feels healing. This whole affection, touch, and just being allowing of it feels real good. Yeah. So yeah, I want to be more open to it, you know, with anyone, you know.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's really interesting because I would feel the prompt, and I was also like in the back and forth. Then it was twice when I feel it, but then you do exactly what I was thinking about.
Wow.
I said, wow, this is
Powerful.
yeah.
Yeah. Just living in the flow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happened twice. Like I felt really I wanted just to put my hand on your leg.
Yeah.
Then you put your hand on my shoulder. Then I felt I really wanted to come closer and hug, and I was like thinking about it, and then you somehow you invited me to. So I said, oh my God.
Instant answer to your prayers. Beautiful. Do you have anything you want to share this morning?
It scared me when you said we can start holding hands.
Only if you want to.
Yes.
You can ask for it. Or you can just stretch out your hand like, show.
I'm scared of being asked.
But then you have a very big mind training lesson, and that's to say no. If you don't feel something, you're allowed. Yes, you're allowed.
Take my hand. Just take it.
No, shall we try? I want to hold your hand. Try say no.
Thank you.
So
Not
that
now.
was easy. Yeah.
But later.
Yeah. You can say that or never.
Never.
Never ever.
I don't want to hold your hand. You can say that. Yeah. Yeah.
See, maybe later, but I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
not that. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just practicing out
Yeah.
loud.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Can I just share something else?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of felt, I didn't know if it was a prompt or I was, but to actually, ask you to hold your hand.
I did just, I thought for a moment,
yeah,
just to,
And
but
there was like, when, like you talked about, well, it's okay to say no, it's like, oh, I think I better not. And then I'm like stuck in this horrible place of, yeah.
What do it now? Ask.
yes, it was actually in the meeting I had to found just to, but I was scared of, because I don't know.
Yeah.
You can always ask, is it okay if I touch your shoulder? Is it okay?
Yes. Thank you for asking.
But I mean, it was in a meeting, so it's like, I don't know if I...
You can whisper.
Thank you.
And also with holding hands, I never know when to end it. That's the thing you with me.
Whenever you want to.
Yeah.
Isn't that an easy rule?
That's why some people choose, but it's like, or I get too comfortable kind of feeling. Like, or I'm not like, I'm just, okay, I'm holding hands. But, and then I can see the other person is kind of looking, can you let go of my hand? I want it back. Or sometimes vice versa.
Then you can ask, do you want your hand back? I like it. You can express anything.
tend to, you know, like when I'm ready, because I do feel a bit awkward now. But it does feel a bit funny, but it's not about you. But I tend to squeeze somebody's hand, and that's like it's like a little signal.
Yes,
it's time.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. That's actually nice when somebody let me.
No. Thank you message.
Yes, it's a thank you. Okay, thank you, and let go.
Yeah.
Now it's a bit. When it's about the fourth, or sometimes I can feel the nudge. Okay, now it's time to. But there's a fear of it's almost a deeper thing for me. It's about like something with God or something. When somebody, like a swoosh, it's like somebody will. I don't know what's there. Separation.
Loss.
Yes.
Rejection.
Loss.
Abandonment. It could be different things like that.
Loss came in. It's almost like being cutting off. Just whoosh.
Yeah, Jesus says in the Course that love still must be extended through one body to another. Because vision is still dim. Like it's still, true love is still obscure. So therefore love must still be expressed from one body to another. So and then there is also the fear of loss, like when you lose that connection with another body, in the ego mind and the separate mind, there is the interpretation that you're apart. You know, but that's what we're watching with all this allowance, you know. We're watching that in the mind, the abandonment that is so excruciating and deep, coming from the separation. You know, and it's felt, you know, at times, and it's good that it gets flushed up for healing. But there really is there can never be a disconnect. You know, it's impossible.
That's actually that's now I get why we check in always, because exactly the quote you just said. Is with bodies, there's still a perception that we're separate. That's just a form, so the memory comes back. We're not separate at all.
Exactly. That's it. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Right, and that's also, as you're saying, it's what the ego's interpretation is, you know, loss, and then there's the deeper one, belief in separation, and the actual, that I'm separate from God.
Yes.
My brother is God, part of God.
Yeah, not your brother's body. So that's the thing, all the bodies are just the projections. But that when you believe you are one of them, you believe you are a body, you will project loss when you separate from another body. Yeah, but in truth you are one with your brother in the Christ mind, in the experience of oneness. In your mind, it is in your mind. It's still there, but then as long as there is also fear, there will be that gap and the perceived beginnings and endings of everything, until the core belief in separation is faced and released. So that's why this allowance is just helpful to see all those nuances and the loss and all those different beliefs.
Because I had this thought, maybe that was what I thought to share, is that I just missed my dogs this morning. Actually, that's...
I didn't even know you had dogs.
Yes.
Right.
I think this morning came in the memory of adorable. I think it's with the cat miracle.
You can send love from your heart to your dogs. Just thinking about them is a love, you know, inviting the love.
So they're so as real as I was thinking about them, then they're out there. They're more real now than my thoughts when I'm thinking about them.
They exist when you think about them.
And so when I see them, physically, they're still thoughts.
Yeah.
That doesn't change.
No, exactly. They are just thoughts like that. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
That makes there's no loss
No,
ever.
exactly.
Come.
Yeah. Yeah. Very profound. Okay. I will perceive forgiveness as it is. Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye everyone. Love you guys.
Have a great day.